expected to grow. This obstacle set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
All right, Shalom Israel. We the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. The I.S.U.P.K. is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. None, nada, zero, zilch. I'm Officer Naquam of the Nashville School. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakatham to my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah to my sisters. And we got a real good class today, y'all. We're going to be talking about how in order to serve the Lord, to serve the Most High, you have to have patience. Have to have focus, all right, and able to do it, able to be do it, and able to do it. All right, so this is what we're going to be talking about today, how it's real easy to be distracted when it comes to, taking your priesthood serious or your sisterhood or your brotherhood serious. It's very easy to be distracted. All right. So you have all kind of things coming your way to try to get you off of your square, to try to get you from serving the purpose that the Lord put you here to serve. All right. And there's a million ways to stop you from serving the Most High. All right, the Satan's only job. He has one job, right? And Satan, does his job good. And the people who represent Satan does their job good, all right? To get you to stop serving the Most High, all right? And to distract you with all kind of distractions to stop you from doing the commandments of God. The ultimate goal in life, all right, is for us to follow the commandments of God. There is no greater, thing in life that you should be doing besides following the commandments of God. And the world gives us all kind of options, all right? Gives you options, so you don't follow the commandments of God, and it's full of options out here. You can be, a gangster. You can be a whore. You can be, a homosexual. I mean, you can be anything it is, a robber, a thief, a murderer. There's, a plethora of things you can be in the world besides, a child of God and besides a disciple of Christ. There's a million things that you can do, all right? But our job as priests and prophets of the Lord is to keep the people focused on the mission, all right? The mission is serving the Most High and serving your brother, all right? That is our mission. I mean, we don't have to, we can stay up for 1,000 days and get no rest because we are committed to the mission, all right? And that is our mission, and that's how we have to talk and tell our brothers and sisters what they need to do on a daily basis in order to serve their God, all right? He requires us to be focused on what he tells us to do, all right? And that's what we're going to be talking about today, of how to stay focused, how to, continue in the work that we do. How to continue in the work without, stopping from doing what the Lord wants us to do. All right. Drugs and alcohol can also cause you to get unfocused. Alcohol can cause you to, stay unfocused. And it's important for us to stay sober-minded. All right. Being sober-minded is very important. Matter of fact, I'm going to look it up. But look up sober-minded. Sober-minded. All right. So being sober-minded is characteristics by seriousness and lack of excess. So being sober-minded is for, you being serious. You staying focused, and you don't need all of the extras to do what it is that you have to do. You staying focused on the bare minimum of the things that you need. That's being sober-minded, all right? That's very important to keeping you focused, because the excess is what causes you to get unfocused. You need more, You want to go, the right way and do the right thing, but there's so many other things out here, that's going to cause you to want more. The money that you make just ain't enough. You need more money. You know what I'm saying? You want to go get more money. So now you go find another job that's paying more money. So now guess what? Now you can't come to classes no more. Now you can't go to camp no more. Now you can't go, to high holy days no more. Because now your job has become your focus. All right? The Lord requires us to have a balance in life. All right? We have to have a balance in life. It's you have to have it. All right? So if you have more of one thing than the other, then it could throw your whole life off. You know, and when you start to, you know, use other excuses to not do what the Most High wants you to do, then that's you having a false balance. Your balance is off. All right. So now you working and doing, you know, you done became a manager, or you know, found you a new job and they paying you good, and you know, now you are focused on getting the bag and not focused on salvation no more. Not focused on helping your brother no more. You don't even want to go to camp. You don't want to go to, you know, do this and do that because you're not getting paid to go to camp. You do what I'm saying? You are, you know, you're not getting paid to go out here and feed the poor. You actually coming out of pocket. So now your money that the Lord, you know, blessed you with is now, you know, becoming a burden to help another brother with that same money. Man, I got to take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't pay my bills and go help the poor at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I want to take my rib out, and you talking about go out here and, you know, go buy water for, you know, the needy. Well, I needed that $20, $30, man, to go, you know, take my rib out to eat. You become selfish then. You know what I'm saying? And in your selfishness, you become unfocused. Like I said, there's a lot of different ways. I can use a million different examples of how you can become unfocused from doing the work of the Lord. Simply because you become selfish, or your pride, or, you know, your love for the world, and, you know, you want to follow your lusts, your different lusts that you have, makes you unprofitable to the Most High. You become unfocused. So now other things are more important than doing the work of the Lord. That woman you got, or that man you got, now that becomes, you know, well, you know, I don't want to go, you know, my rib really ain't into the Israelite thing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and she want to go do this and that and this and that. So now I got to, you know, go do this and that because she going to say that I ain't, you know, it's either the Israelites or me, or it's either him or the Israelites. So now, you know, I'm spending more time to try to satisfy him or her instead of satisfying the Lord. You picking and choosing what you want to do and when you want to do it, instead of standing your ground and staying focused. Instead of standing your ground and staying focused. You doing everything else that the Lord chooses you not to do. And you choosing other things over the Most High. We're going to go to the book of Luke. If y'all got any questions, you can type in your questions in the chat. I'll receive your questions in the chat, and I will answer all questions that come. All right. And yeah, just type your questions in the chat. We got a cookout coming up in Houston. Give Houston a hand. All right, we got a cookout coming up in Houston. What's the date? This is the 20. I can't think of the date right now. Okay. When it is. Through the 30th. The 27th, October 27th through October 30th in Houston, Texas. We got a cookout coming up. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna make it this year because I just done spent all my money on the Nashville cookout. But you know what I'm saying, the Lord may find a way. You dig what I'm saying? And I will be there if he finds a way. All right. But right as of now, the Lord is telling me to chill. You know what I'm saying? So but it's a cookout going on in Houston. I'm usually there too. Yeah, but it's a cookout going on down there. The brothers and sisters down there. We have some amazing brothers and sisters in Houston, Texas, man. And in the whole state of Texas, you know, and they all come to the cookout, and they are very hospitable to the I.S.U.P.K that comes from around the world to come to the cookouts. All right. And those brothers and sisters are excellent in every way. And I'm just, if I don't make it, then, you know, I'm rooting for next year. All right, to make it next year. All right, but if you can make it to that cookout, go to that cookout, man. You won't be disappointed. I promise you. All right, we're gonna go to the chapter. We're gonna go to Luke, the book of Luke. The book of Luke, chapter 11 and 33. The book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 33. All right. The book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 33. It says, no man, when he had lighted a candle, put it in a secret place, neither under a bushel, but on a candlestick, that they which come in may see the light. All right. So Christ is talking about, this is a parable from Christ, right? I love reading Christ's parables because it's so much meat inside of Christ's parables. It's ridiculous. He understands the word, you know what I'm saying, in a whole different way that we understand. But if you pay attention to what he's saying, then you will understand how to serve the Most High. All right. And Christ is telling us right in this parable that he said, no man put a light. What is a light for? A light is for people to be able to see. All right. He said, no man puts a light. And another thing a light is the opposite of darkness. So it gives light to darkness. All right. So it says that no man having lit in a candle will put it in a secret place. So you don't want to hide a candle once it's lit because you're putting out what? The light. You're going to put the light out. If you hide the candle, if I put the candle up under this table, what use is it to the rest of the room? It won't light up the rest of the room if I got it under a table. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, nor do you put it on a bushel. He said, but you put it on a candlestick, like this candlestick we got over here. You put it on top of the candlestick because the candlestick is sitting up and is able to illuminate throughout the room. All right. For people who do not have light, then they will be able to see. All right. He said, they which come in may see the light. So people who come in the room where the light is lit up, those people will be able to see. All right. They will be able to see the light. And that's important that, you know, if you are in the truth, it's very important for, and I learned this from Captain Cahan. All right. Captain Cahan, he's an excellent teacher. You hear me? Excellent teacher. One of my favorite teachers. All right. And he teaches us, you know, and he learned from Commander General Hunter. All right. So, and the generals. So he teaches us that your greatest testimony is you. Your actions. You do what I'm saying? You are the greatest testimony in this truth. For people who are not in the truth, if they see you, they'll know if you are a liar and a hypocrite, or if you are actually a disciple of Christ. Simply by just watching you. Simply by just seeing the light that's in you. All right. If you don't have any light in you, then what is there to see? They see the darkness that's in you. All right. So the light is what gives, is what makes people able to see the truth in you. What's really in you is going to be shown, whether it be darkness or whether it be light. All right. Verse 34 says, the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, thy whole body is also full of light. So what does it mean when it says if thy eye is single? All right. If your eye is single, that means that you are focused on a single task. You are focused. Your eye is looking directly at one thing. That's what it means when it says your eye is single. You says your light, read it again. He said the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when the eye is single, the whole body is also full of light. So now you are full of light because people can be able to see the light because you are what? Focused. That's how people are able to see the light that's in you because you are focused. You sober-minded. You know, you has temperance. You are, full of, zeal. You are focused. And that's when people are able to see the light that's in you. All right. He said, but when thine eye is evil. So single being focused is good. Because it said, in contrast, Christ said, if thine eye is evil. That's contrast. So he's telling you, if you're not focused, then you're doing what? Go ahead, so
if you're not keeping your eye.
If you're not focused,
yeah.
He said the light of the body is the eye. Therefore, if thine eye is single, the whole body is full of light. But when thy eye is evil, so if you're not focused, then what are you doing?
You looking elsewhere?
Right there in front of you.
If you being evil?
You're doing evil. If you're not focused on good, what else is you doing?
Being evil.
you're focused on evil.
Right.
It ain't no gray area in there.
Right.
It ain't no straddling the fence. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You either doing right or you doing wrong. And Christ is saying if your body is full of light, then that's when you are at your good. That's when you're doing good. But when you're not full of light, what's the opposite of light?
Evil.
Darkness. Darkness. So if your body is full of darkness, then that's when you're evil. So you're either going to be full of light or you're going to be full of darkness. You're going to be either good or you're going to be either evil. He says, but when thine eye is evil, thy body is also full of darkness. All right. Evil is what makes your body full of darkness. Staying focused on what the Lord, the commandments of God, is what gives you light. You don't get light just out of nowhere. You get light by following the commandments of God, by staying focused on the commandments of God. That's how you receive light. So when you're not focused on the commandments of God, then in the Most High's eye, you are evil. When you're not doing what He's telling you to do. All right. So anytime that you're doing something wrong, it's because, it really, Christ breaks it down so easy and so simple. You know, we've been in the Christian church for so long that it kind of complicates, the Christian church complicates the commandments of God and complicates the teachings of Christ. Christ is making it real simple. If you're not focused on the commandments of God, then you are doing evil. It ain't no gray area, ain't no if and buts. It ain't nothing, it's not complicated, it's not rocket science. You either doing right or you doing wrong. You either focused on the commandments of God, focus on the word of the Lord, or you're not, and you're doing evil. So don't think, and you can't mix the two. You can't do evil and say that you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? You can't do both. You either doing right or you're not. All right. Verse 35. So like verse 35. Take heed, therefore, all right, that the light which is in thee be not darkness. So pay attention. That's what take heed means. Pay attention to what's going on in your life. When you focus, then you know that you are doing right. And if you know if you're doing right or if you're doing wrong. When you focus on the commandments of God, you know for sure what? You're doing the right damn thing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing that Satan can come with that's going to convince you that you're doing wrong. Because you what? You focused. Yep. So there's nothing that can come your way and pull you away from the commandments of God when you are focused. That's when you're full of light. But when you unfocused, that's when you become dark. And that's when you become evil because you are unfocused. All right. And you're not paying attention to what the world is trying to do to you. It's just happening to you. Things are just happening, and you wondering what the hell happened. How did I get in this position? Man, I was just riding with the Lord. How did I get over here now? To where, you know, all of these bad things are happening to me, and the Lord's zeal done left me. How the hell did that happen? You know how it happened? You became unfocused. Other things start taking over. Other things start mattering more than the work of the Lord. That's what happened. All right. So you have to take heed to the things that are coming your way. And take heed to the way, if you're noticing that you're not going to classes a lot like you used to. If you're noticing that, you know, you're not going to camp. You're noticing you're not reading the scriptures. You're noticing you're not praying like you used to. Take heed. That's what the scripture's telling you to do. Take heed. That your body, the light that's in you, is not going dark. Because you full of light when you was going to classes all the time, when you was going to camp all the time, when you was reading the Bible all the time, when you was watching classes all the time, when you was, you know, praying all the time, you was full of light then. And now darkness is starting to take over you. Because you stopped doing those things the way that you used to do. So now darkness is taking over you. And eventually, you're going to go what? All the way dark. That's where you don't want to be at. That's where so many of our brothers and sisters who leave the truth, that's why they left the truth. Because they lost the light. They lost what? The focus. That's what happened. It's important, and like the scriptures say, take heed that you understand and you see. Did you cut your what's the name?
I did.
Yeah, that you understand the light that's coming your way. I mean, that you lose in your light. Is that somebody coming in?
It's James.
Oh, Salaki, y'all.
Yeah, I was trying to stop by Shimon. You say yeah. No? Oh, right. Hey, good, sir. Yeah, I was trying to stop by Shimon. Yeah, I was trying to stop by Shimon.
All right. Where was I? What's that? Verse 36. Salaki, y'all. Verse 36. It said, if thy whole body therefore be full of light, having no part dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle do give light. All right, so you're going to be full of light, and other people will be able to see your light. That's how you can help bring brothers and sisters into the truth, because they see the light that's in you. When you look at and this is something that our brothers and sisters got to understand too. When you have people who are in the world and they, you know, doing their worldly things, right? And they really take a liking to you. All right. They really take a liking to you, and y'all just got so much in common. You know what I'm saying? You done met somebody in the world, and y'all just got so much in common. That's your girl. That's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got so much in common. And y'all just like to be around each other. You know, y'all kick it, y'all go out, y'all have fun, y'all talk on the phone, y'all just doing all of these cool things. There's somebody in the world who you just met. And they look at you like, man, that's my brother. That's my sister. You know what I'm saying? We kick it, man. This is my new friend. Well, guess what? Your darkness that's in you is relating to the darkness that's in them. Because it should be, hey, select, hey, I love.
No.
Hey, so when the light, when you got light, when you and a brother, when you and a sister and a brother has light, all right, your light will favor one another. You do what I'm saying? A brother in the truth or a sister in the truth, they won't have, you know, you won't be cool with people who are in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard for y'all to relate to one another. You know what I'm saying? When you doing right, when you following and doing the right thing, it's hard for people in the world to be cool with you. You know what I'm saying? Or for you to be cool with people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all shouldn't have anything in common, really. You know what I'm saying? They should see you and be like, you know, why is a brother, you know, always, you know, why he wear them friends? They should be asking these questions. You do what I'm saying? Because you should have on some friends or sometime. Why has a brother got a dollar down? What's that about? You know what I'm saying? Why does sister wear a head wrap? You know what I'm saying? What's up with the head wrap thing? That's an opportunity for you to fish, right? So now you telling them about why you doing these things, why you don't work on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna ask you some questions. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great time for you to show the light that's in you. That's a great time for you to show, you know, what good, how the Lord has changed your life. And give you an opportunity to share with somebody how the Most High has changed your life. You know what I'm saying? And once you get to talking about the Most High, and then you get to talking about, you know, UPK or something like that, no, most of the time that runs people off from the word. You do what I'm saying? So when you got people who in the word, and I ain't never understood that how people got friends and stuff that's, you know, in the word. How, you know, it just let me know that you really ain't telling them all, you know, the stuff that you do. You know what I'm saying? And who you really are. Because if you really are like that, then, you know, people in the world would be, you know, I mean, it's all throughout the scriptures. People in the world would be weary of being around you because they think that you know, you don't eat pork and, you know what I'm saying, you don't celebrate birthdays and you don't do this. And y'all shouldn't have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? That's the light that's in you showing that, you know, other people that you're different from them because they are what? In darkness. You are what? In light. Y'all have nothing in common. Y'all two totally different things. So that's what Christ is talking about when he's talking about how your light will shine like a candle. All right. So people who are in the darkness will be able to see, you know, the light. And that's very important for a brother or sister who in the truth. You know what I'm saying? People in the world should be able to see you and see that you're different. They shouldn't be able to see you and be like, man, I can kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? This is my road dog. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't, you know, you ain't doing something right if they're not looking at you like you got to play it. You know what I'm saying? That's how your family should look at you. How about now? Can you hear now? Are we back on? Hey, put a 1 in if you can hear my sound. How about now? Can you hear now? Are we back on? Hey, put a 1 in. All right, most I have credit. All right, so we're going to Timothy, y'all. We're going to Timothy chapter, Titus chapter 2, verse 2. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 1. All right, Titus chapter 2, verse 1. It said, but speak thou things that which become sound doctrine. So these are the things that we teach in the I.S.U.P.K. All right, that's sound doctrine. It's something that can never, ever, be erased. It's all, and it can't be refuted. All right, the things that I'm about to say right here. These are things that every single person who is in the truth, we must live this and teach it. All right, this is the doctrine of being in the truth. All right. He said that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and in patience. So this is something that we have to teach our brothers. All right, our brothers should work on doing these things right here, being sober, having, and that's being focused. All right, staying focused. And temperance, have patience with your brothers and sisters. You do what I'm saying? Be able to not rush to judgment or rush on everything that you do, or snap off all the time. You know what I'm saying? Have some kind of discipline. This is what brothers, we strive on having some kind of discipline and not being able to just snap off every time somebody say something. You do what I'm saying? You got to be able to have some kind of discipline in your actions and be sound in faith, all right, and in charity and in patience. Be able to do works, all right, do good works, help other people, have patience with your brothers and sisters. Always remember that brother or sister that's messing up in the world. Remember that used to be you. Remember where you came from, all right, and that just because they're doing something don't mean that they won't ever learn how to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? We like to badger people because we learned something, and then we want to beat them in the head with what we done learned, thinking that they're going to be able to do things in a matter of time that we learn how to do things. Everybody different. You do what I'm saying? But we got to continue to tell them the right thing to do so they can end up eventually figuring it out. All right, and the Lord will make them figure it out in his time. Everybody ain't on the same watch with the Most High. All right, and men have to understand that. We have to be sound in our faith too. So that means that, the word, the things that we learn, we got to be able to, battle it. You do what I'm saying? We got to study. We got to do all of these things. This is what men have to be able to do. He said, and the aged woman likewise. All right, so these are women who have been in the truth for a little while, who have some time under their belt with doing, being in the truth. Women that have time under their belt should not still be doing the things that women who don't have time under their belt do. All right, women who have been in the truth for a while should not still be battling with things that sisters who coming into the truth battling with. All right. It said that the women likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness. What does that mean? Go ahead, sister.
Separate.
Okay, so what does that mean? To be separate, for a woman to be separate. Separate from what?
From the world.
Right. A woman should be able to, and this is a woman who's been in the truth for a while. All right. She should know that she should be separate from the world. You know what I'm saying? Women who just now coming in the truth, they gotta what? What you do your first 6 months? What we say that y'all do y'all first 6 months?
Trying to hold on to friends and stuff like that.
What we say, what does the I.S.P.K, a sister who coming into the truth, what we tell her? Why do brothers have to, why is she off limit to brothers?
She got to shed herself from the world.
Good, give a sister a hand. All right. She's shedding herself from the word. All right. So if it takes, you know, and it takes you, you know, a little while to do that. All right. But a woman who's in, you know, 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years in the truth, she don't have to shed herself from the world, right?
No.
She been there shed herself from the world. So she should always still be having behavior that as becoming holy, that becomes holiness. She already done shed herself from the world. She understands the importance of shedding herself from the world. She's focused. All right. So she understands that I can't be, you know, still doing what sister's doing who just came into the school 6 months ago. She understands I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And she understands why she can't do it. Because she's not in the world no more. She don't even have that thinking no more. You know what I'm saying? She's far gone than that. All right. So it said being not false accusers. This also what a woman who's been in the truth for a while, she shouldn't be a false accuser. She shouldn't be a liar. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being messy. You know what I'm saying? This is something that a woman who been in the truth for a while, she shouldn't be doing it. That's for somebody who what? Shedding herself from the word. That's what they would be doing. But a woman who been in the truth for a while should not be doing it. He said, not giving too much wine and teacher of good things. So a woman who has been in the truth for a while, she shouldn't be a drunkard. She understands that that's against the law. She understands that being, you know, a heavy drinker, how it will make you what? Stand in class. Being a heavy drinker will make you what? Go ahead, sister.
Lose focus.
Lose focus. Get a sister a hand. She in class. That'll make you lose focus. All right. He said, and teachers of good things. That's what a woman in the truth should be teaching. Good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober. All right. So they got to teach the young woman to do what? Stay focused. A woman who's an older woman who's in the truth. When they say an aged woman, that's what they're talking about. A woman who's not like older, like in age wise, but in truth wise. Like you've been in the truth for 10 years. You should be teaching younger women how to stay focused. It's how to commit themselves to the work of the Lord. All right. That's what you should be doing, and teaching them how to be sober, how to love their husbands. Because you understand that. You've been around in the truth, being taught how to love your husband. So you shouldn't still be doing the things that somebody coming into the truth does to their husband. You should be like, look, no, this is how you keep a committed relationship. This is how you treat your husband when you're in the truth. You don't, we was doing what you're doing in the world. We was doing what you're doing when we were shedding ourselves from the world. Well, now this is what you have to do in order to be a righteous rib or a righteous wife inside of the truth. This is what the older women should be teaching the younger women. How to be lovers of their husbands, how to treat their husbands with respect, how to, you know, not shame their husband, how to do, you know, things that a righteous woman who, you know, who's becoming holiness should be doing. You know, staying focused and to love their children. All right. This is something that you should teach the younger women, how to not be beating on their children. You know what I'm saying? How to, you know, take care of their children, feed their children, you know, teach their children the law, keep them children away from, you know, Halloween and Christmas. This is what the older sisters should be teaching the younger sisters. He said to be discreet and chaste, keep us at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemy. So you want to be able to do all of these things, teach your the younger sisters how to be a woman in the truth. The older sisters should be teaching the younger women how to be focused and how to be a woman in the truth, so that people can't see what you doing and say, man, y'all, how could you be following God? How is you following God the way that you treat your husband? How is you following God the way that you know, talk to other sisters? You do what I'm saying? You blaspheming the word of the word. Everything that you done learned, you going against it. and the way that you treating your brothers, the way that you treating your husband, the way that you treating your sisters, you're going against the word of God by everything that you're doing. So people on the outside going to see you and be like, okay, is that what the truth is about? Look how the hell he talking to her. Look how the hell she talking to him. Is that what the truth is about? You are blaspheming the word of God. Look how you treat other people. You are evil to other people. Are you a disciple of Christ? How can you be a disciple of Christ the way that you treating your brother and the way that you treating your sister? You are blaspheming the word of God. And there's always somebody, I was just talking to a brother about this today. There's always somebody who's looking at us to find the wrong in us. You know why? You know, Kanye West is a big thing right now about how he talking to the Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Well, ain't nobody gonna respect, what we doing if we living like everybody else is. You do what I'm saying? How is we supposedly know the truth and we still doing everything that everybody else is doing? Everybody don't respect what we talking about. Y'all the real Jews. How? Nigga, y'all can't get 10 of y'all together. You do what I'm saying? Y'all argue, fuss, and fight about every damn thing. How's y'all the real Jews? But if we come together and start to build together, people will be like, you know what? They got to be on to something. Look how they treat one another. Man, they kind to one another. They, the women are just, they respect their husbands. The men respect their wives. The brother and sisterhood is tight. They got to be on to something. There's something going on with them that we need to take heed to because they got it right, evidently. They done figure something out. But if people can't look at us and see that, well, they can't look at, well, how is they going to believe in us? How is they going to follow us? How is they going to follow the way of Christ when we blaspheme the way of Christ? Straight blasphemy. And that's, part of us being focused. He said, young men likewise to be sober-minded. Our young men, they should be focused. Young men should be focused. You brothers who coming into the truth, you got to get focused on what we doing. This ain't no joke, man. This ain't no joke at all. You can't jump in and jump out. You can't do a little bit, here and not do a whole lot there. You can't be hot or cold. You got to be one or the other. Got to be one or the other. And that's what that's what we teach. And that's what Christ taught. The brothers need to stay focused. He says, sound speak in all things, showing themselves a pattern of good works in all things. We should constantly be trying to do good to one another and also to our brothers and sisters who lost in the world. Should never be a time where it feel like, a grudge to do right to one another. Dang, man, I got to go do this high holy day. You do what I'm saying? Oh, dang, man, I got to cook for the high holy day. It should be always you want to do something, good for the people and especially good for the Lord. That's going to give a glory to the Lord. That is extremely important. Not only for your salvation, but helping another brother gain theirs or another sister gain theirs. He said a pattern of good works and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned. So we got to stay focused and study. Brothers, young brothers coming into the truth, you got to study, man. You got to study the craft, study the word of God to be able to battle, to be able to go to war, because you're going to war, whether you like it or not. You are going to war with your family. You're going to go to war with your friends. You're going to go to war with strangers, with these damn heathen. You're going to constantly be at war at all times. Constantly. Especially if you're a black man, you definitely going to be at war with everything. Everything that you think you love, you're going to have to fight for. So you got to be studied up, man, and focused, because that focus is what's going to save your life. That's what's going to save your life. That's what's going to keep you out of the danger and the snares of the world. Staying focused. You coming to class. You paying attention in class. You asking questions. You going to high holy days, going to camp. You sisters. You staying busy with the service of the Lord. Taking care of them brothers. Cook food, clean. Do whatever it is that's going to allow you to be a service to the Most High. That's you staying focused and not listening to your boyfriend or your girlfriend telling you, man, why don't you just stay home today? Because that day is going to end up being days. And eventually you're not going to even want to go no more. And you're going to lose your zeal to serve the Most High. It's inevitable. It got to happen when you're not focused. So it's important to, these classes aren't just here just to be, just to say we doing classes. They're here to save your life. That goes for the teacher of the class. I mean, if I'm not doing this, then I'm going to be doing something else. It goes for every single person in the body. We all have to stay focused because we all got the same goal. What's your goal? You want to get the kingdom, be in the kingdom with Christ and the Lord. You want to be there. Well, you ain't going to get there by just saying you're an Israelite. You have to work for it. And you're going to have to fight your demons. Because your demons is the one that's going to try to bring you out of the truth on a daily basis. And if you ain't fighting your demons, well, guess what? You living with them. And you and your demons, Christ, the Most High can't live with you and your demons. He just can't do it. Your house got to be swept. If your house ain't swept, well, your house is dirty. And the Most High ain't living in no dirty house. All right? Verse 9 says, I should like it. But it says, sound speech that cannot be condemned, and that this is contrary part that may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. So people who are against the scriptures or against you, who you are, people who are against your change, they can't say anything evil about you because they see the change. They hear the change in you. They see everything that you're doing is not according to what they would be doing or what you used to do. They can't condemn you. What does that mean for them to condemn you? Go ahead, sister.
Shame you.
Yes. They can't say, hey, I thought you was in the truth. That's what they're going to say. I thought you were supposed to be in the truth. I caught you smoking cigarettes. I caught you, in the strip club. I thought you was in the truth. I caught you, doing this, doing that, saying this, saying that. You messy as hell. How is you in the truth? That's them condemning you and shaming you because you are a hypocrite. And that's what you don't want to be. Because being a hypocrite will, give you reason to fall out of the truth. Because you're going to feel ashamed and you're going to be like, you know what, I might as well go on and, snort cocaine. You know what I'm saying? I always resort to snort cocaine on the inside. I might as well just go on and do that because, I've been a liar this whole time. So I might as well go on and be whoever it is that I done got caught being. And how many brothers and sisters we know that done that? Plenty. And they got caught doing something or being somebody who they really ain't. Or being who they really are. So like. All right. So drop that, man. We're gonna go to we're gonna go to drop down verse 12. Select. Verse 12 said, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. So to deny ungodliness. What's ungodliness? Anybody know what that means? Ungodliness. Somebody want to look it up? Ungodliness. Anybody online, you can look it up too. Ungodliness. You got it? Go ahead.
Irreligious or immoral, unreasonably early or inconvenient.
I am immoral. I'm religious. Anything the sister put on here not of Christ. That's a good way to put it. Ungodliness. All right. That's something that we that you don't. It says teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live sober. So in order for you to stay focused, you have to deny anything that's ungodly. All right. What would Jesus do? Y'all ever heard that? Y'all remember that? When they were saying that back in the day. What would Jesus do? All right. That's you denying ungodliness. That's you have to go against anything that's ungodly. And think about, okay, what would Christ do? That's how you stay focused. If you know that, I'm around, if I'm constantly going over somebody's house, I don't smoke weed, but I'm constantly going over somebody's house who smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't telling them that smoking weed is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, if I'm cool with it, then I ain't denying what they doing. I'm just cool with what y'all doing. So I'm gonna keep on coming over here. Y'all can smoke weed all you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be right over here while y'all smoking weed. Or you watching somebody shoot up. I don't do heroin, but I'm gonna sit in the same room with somebody shooting up heroin every day. And not tell them and not try to save their life. You know what I'm saying? That's you being ungodly. It's something that, and being ungodly is something that our people we've become accustomed to. It's just a natural thing to let somebody be ungodly and you not say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? We have to start speaking up on the things that's going on in our households and the thing that's going on in, within our community. We have to deny those things and be like, they wrong. I know a million gangbangers. And if any one of them ask me, I'm going to tell them gangbanging is wrong. Well, I even go to them and tell them gangbanging is wrong. I know a million niggas who sell dope. And guess what? You selling dope is wrong, man. I mean, we got to deny those things. And that's the only way, people going to stop doing it. Or at least, they're going to stay away from me. Because they know every time they come around me, I'm telling them that they doing wrong. Man, you ain't supposed to be doing that. And that's something, man, that's you staying focused. You focused on what God said do. God said that's wrong, man. I got to tell you that's wrong. Because it's wrong. And eventually, you're not going to like me no more because I'm being godly. Well, I should be at. That should be our comfort zone. Being godly should be the comfort zone for us. We don't have to compromise our godliness to try to be cool with somebody. I don't have to meet them halfway. Okay, that's just your life. You do what you do, I'm going to be over here being godly. No, that's still wrong. Because you're not telling them that they're wrong. So you just as wrong as them for not telling them they're wrong, and you know it's wrong. You living godly, and they're not. Well, I got to tell you at least that you're doing the wrong thing. And if I'm not, then I'm just as bad as you. He said, ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, YAHANNA, who gave himself for us that we might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. That's the goal. I want to be called a peculiar people, a special people. Ain't that what the Lord said he wanted? A people above all other people. Well, we can't be above all other people, or we can't be a special people when we ain't focused. And we still doing the same thing that everybody else in the world is doing. We looking at rappers and still want to live the rapper life. You know what I'm saying? We still want to, call our sisters bees and hoes, and you know what I'm saying? And doing all this. Or the sisters, watching, the housewives and still want to live like the housewives. Fight each other and throw drinks in each other's face. That's all they do on the housewives too. Is fight and throw drinks in each other's face. Throw drinks in each other's face. That's one of the, that's they go to. But we still got sisters who want to do that. So the sister put on it, she said, so if it's not our business, we make it our business? Well, yes. But you cannot make it your business if you're doing it. Yes, sister, it's our business. Our business is to tell our people when they're wrong. But you cannot be a hypocrite. You can't tell somebody that you can't, what Christ said, you can't take the beam out of somebody else. You can't take the thorn out of somebody's eye when you got a whole beam in your eye. You got to fix your life. If I'm smoking cigarettes, I can't tell another person not to smoke cigarettes. How am I gonna do that? I'm a hypocrite then. Yeah. If you done quit, you should explain to somebody how you quit. And maybe they can quit too. You can help them quit. Remember, that's what I was talking about earlier. We got to have patience with our brothers and sisters. Because we have to remember that we used to be them. And the way to help them is not to hit them in the head all the time. It's to relate to them. That's how you help somebody. Well, you know what, man? I quit. I ain't smoked a blunt in years. This is how I stopped smoking blunts. I used to smoke 10 times as many blunts as you did. Trust me, whatever you done, I done it 10 times as much. But this is how I stopped. And your testimony, like I was saying earlier, is the strongest way to bring people in the truth. You know, sisters, you know, I see all the time, sisters, you know, asking why I can't teach. You can teach. Your actions is you teaching. That's how you teach. Because I'm sure you was screwing out of both draw legs too. How did you stop screwing out of both draw legs? That's a southern thing, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about. That's a southern thing. How did you learn how to stop screwing out of both draw legs? Explain to a hoe how to do it. Explain to a hoe how to stop being a hoe. Because you was a hoe at one time. And you stopped being a hoe. Well, explain to another hoe how to stop being a hoe. Excuse my French, but I got to break it down in layman's terms. You do what I'm saying? Yes, make it your business to stop a hoe from being a hoe. If you know how to stop being a hoe. We need all the help we can get. And you ain't got to hit it in the head with scriptures. You are the scripture. Your life is the scripture. You know why your life is the scripture? Because you're what? Anybody. Stand clear. Go ahead.
Is it holiness?
Because you're what?
Godliness? Fort?
Because you're focused.
Oh, man.
That's the only way you can do it. Only way you can show somebody how it is. Only way you can be a light to darkness is to show that you're focused. You can't give light to darkness when you dark. How is you gonna teach? How you gonna bring light to darkness when you dark? Dark can't light up darkness. Only light can do that. And the only way you can have light is if you're focused. Is y'all understanding what I'm saying? No. It's the only way you can do it. Okay, hold on. Sister got another question. It says, so what do you, when you try to tell them something is wrong and they be all like you a part of a hate group and all that stupid stuff, do you let them continue to do? And okay, so I'm gonna read your scripture. Hold on. This scripture gonna answer your question. All right. This scripture is gonna answer your question. So this is the law class, and we teach in the law class. All right. All right, so go to Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. All right, Ezekiel 33. This is gonna. So the sister asked, "What?" The sister asked, "What do you do when you're trying to help somebody, and tell them something is wrong, and they tell you you're part of a hate group and all this stupid stuff? Do you let them continue doing what they do and remove yourself from them?" Or do you keep trying? All right, so I'm going to answer your question. That's a great question. That's a great question. All right. This is what I'm going to say what the scriptures say. But this is our job. Go ahead, sister.
Chapter
33 in chapter Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 7. We'll start at verse 7. This is our job, right? This is what we do. We are watchmen to the people, right? So what we do, we go out here and warn people. All right. Here's the time. All right, before I read this, I remember we was up there. I brought the scripture out up there too. We was on the corner, and these Christians was right next to it. They was trying to post up next to us, right? And cause confusion on the corner, right? They know that that's our camp spot, but they want to post up right next to us just to cause confusion. So they start serving catfish right next to us, right? We sitting here teaching the people the law, statutes, and commandments of God, and these pastors pulled up next to us and set up a whole little camp over to the side of us and started to serve catfish, right? So I'm telling them, listen, catfish is against the Lord. Y'all gonna die out here because I'm trying to tell y'all not to eat it. I'm bringing out the scriptures where it say don't eat it. I'm, teaching them. I'm out there teaching the people and warning the people not to eat this catfish. All right. The people was over there, had a line all the way down the street to eat catfish. So next thing you know, I see a dude just fall out. Boom. Fell out. He ate some catfish and boom, fell out. I said, man, the ambulance will be up here in a minute to scoop him up. Here come the ambulance. We got it all on tape. My whole speaking was on tape. And then everything that happened after I got through speaking was on tape. We got it all on tape. All right. So now the ambulance that came through and scooped the man up. He damn near dead over here because he done ate the catfish. I told them that they're going to get sick eating this catfish because it's against the Most High. He done ate the catfish, and then here come the ambulance. They had to scoop him up. Took him to the hospital. The man almost died for eating the catfish. The Lord had to set an example because we was out there teaching and warning the people to follow the commandments of God. All right. So, after somebody fall out, that's on them. My job is to tell you that it's wrong. You do what I'm saying? Now, if you want to keep on going up here and eating the catfish, hey, man, you're going to suffer the consequences of eating that catfish. All right? Verse 7 says, Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 7. So thou, son of man, have I set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth and warn them for me. All right, so the Lord is telling you, the watchman is going to hear the word of the Lord and then go out here and warn the people. So when we go out here telling the people what they should and shouldn't do, that's because the Lord told us to go tell the people. We just telling the people what God said. Verse 8, when I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die. If thou does not speak to warn the wicked from his ways, that wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Remember earlier I was telling you, I was like, you just as bad as them if you're not telling them that they're wrong. If God told you the commandments, it told you how to live, and you see a person who was living exactly how you was living, and you ain't gonna warn them and try to tell them that they wrong for living that way, you just as bad as them. He said that they're gonna die. The Lord is gonna die. The Lord is gonna kill them because, like he would kill anybody who not follow his commandments, well, he gonna kill them too. But guess what? The blood gonna be on your hand. In the day of judgment, guess what he gonna say? I gave you the truth. Why you didn't tell his brother over here who I had to kill? You know why I had to kill him? Because you didn't tell him. If you would have told him, I could have saved his life. I could have changed his life. I could have changed her life. But I didn't change her life and because I didn't get a chance to because you didn't tell him. I gave you the truth so you could tell him. I changed your life so you could help change somebody else's life. But guess what? You kept it all to yourself. You selfish bastard. You kept it to yourself. And now they died, and now I'm going to hold you accountable for their death. Verse 9, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his ways to turn from it, If he do not turn from his way, then he should die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. So if you go tell him, hey man, you know, I used to live like you, I was doing the things you was doing, man. The Lord delivered me and showed me how to live do it another way. And you tell them, and they like, man, you in a hate group. I'm not listening to you. I don't care about the Lord said don't eat no catfish. I like catfish. Catfish is delicious. And then the Lord killed him for eating that catfish. Well, guess what? You deliver. You good. And the day of judgment, he gonna go say, hey man, you did a great job. You tried to help as many people as you could. They wasn't listening to what you said, and I killed them. And they not gonna be in the kingdom with you, but you gonna be in the kingdom with me. That's what the Most High gonna say. But if you don't tell them, well, he gonna hold you accountable for not telling him. Verse 10. He said, therefore, O son of man, speak unto the house of Israel, speaking, saying, if you transgress the sins be upon us, and to put away from thee, how shall we then live? Say unto them, as I live, said the Lord, I have no pleasure in death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? So the Lord don't want you to die. The Lord raises up priests and prophets to go and tell the people to live. You staying focused is a way that the Most High is getting you to live. You staying focused and people are seeing the light that's in you. That's a way to make other people live, y'all. Your light is the way to make other people live. So when the Most High changes your life, well, guess what? You got to tell other people, man, how the Most High changed your life. You can't just get your life changed and you be like, okay, well, I hope everybody else die. Damn the 2/3 and all this old stuff. You got to want to see your other brothers live too. You got to want to see your other brothers change. You got to want to have your light shine, man. So other people can see your light. You have to, like I was saying earlier, you have to pass those tests too, that the Most High put before you on a daily basis, that you fail all the time. Because he gives you an opportunity to let your light shine every single day. And how many of you coexist with the darkness when the Lord wants your light to be shining? But you dim your light to be cool with the darkness. You understand what I'm talking about? You dim the light that you got so you can, be around darkness. And that's just you not being focused. Because when you focus constantly. I got some more scriptures too. Y'all can write them down. I'm in the class. But I hope that helped you, sister. I hope it helped you. To wake, that's right. To wake people up to help to save their lives, man. That's what the work that we do, man. That's why we out here in the streets. That's why, your actual life is another way to wake another brother up, man, another sister up. Because they see the change that's in you. They see the light that's in you. Because you're around darkness every day. Every time we out in the world, we're around darkness. You don't want to blend in with the world. You want your light to shine. That's how we wake brothers and sisters up. We can't wake brothers and sisters up, being like the brothers and sisters that's sleep. Lord woke you up for a reason. Why do you think the Most High woke you up? I'm just ask one of y'all. Well, ask both of y'all. Why do you think the Most High woke you? I'll start with you. Have you ever thought about that? I mean, you might not have an answer for it because you probably never thought about it. You know, why did the Lord choose me to wake up? Because he could have chose anybody. You know what I'm saying? He could have chose anybody to wake up and, you know, be a servant to him. Because that's the whole point of us waking up, is to serve him. All right? And to help wake up other brothers and sisters. So that's something we need to think about. Why did the Most High choose me? You know, when I was, you know, the worst of the worst, and I was doing this and I was doing that, why did he choose me? You know what I'm saying? You might not have an answer right now, but that's something that you might need to ask yourself. Why did he choose me out of everybody? Why did he choose, you know, the Christian pastor? Why he didn't choose my mom? She been going to church for 50 years, paying her tithes and everything. Why didn't he choose her? I wasn't going to church. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing that. You know, I was the worst of the worst. Why did he choose me? And when you figure that out, because I know why he chose me, but when you figure it out why he chose you, then you'll finally get an understanding of your purpose here. Questions?
Why did he wake you up?
Why did he wake me up?
Is it a different answer for everybody?
Everybody got a different answer, yeah.
Okay.
But me personally, he woke me up because I was, if you knew me in the world, you know what I'm saying? You knew that I was really, really out there. So if you know anything of how the Lord works, you know that he chooses. That's how he gets the glory. Because if he can change me, he can change anybody. And I'm able to go to brothers and sisters who other brothers and sisters ain't able to go to. You do what I'm saying? So it's, you know, and I ain't the worst. I'm sure it's probably somebody worse than me. But the Most High still get the glory for being able to wake somebody up who was so dark and put light in them, who was so dark. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it's other brothers and sisters who were worse than me. But he still get the glory for being able to wake somebody up who was totally asleep, who was super dark, and able to put the light in them. So when other brothers and sisters see me, they see me on a podium with a mic talking about, you know, the white man is the devil and the Lord loves you black people and I love you black people too. That's powerful. You understand what I'm saying? When the Lord can change a sister who, you know, was out there in the streets doing all the things that she do, and the Lord was able to change her and turn her into a righteous woman who take care of her household. You know what I'm saying? Who, just like there's sisters out there who wasn't taking care of their households or their kids or anything. And out here, you know, screwing out a both draw legs. And out here doing all sorts of evil and wickedness. And the Lord was able to, you know, to change them. His sisters with just loud mouth and all that just want to argue. But the Lord was able to put, you know, some temperance in them and, you know, chase them and, you know, man, make them into a righteous sister. And then when you see the sister, you be like, well, dang, I remember you used to be such. And you is totally different now. That's him getting the glory. You know what I'm saying? The Lord don't get glory from somebody who has always been good. He ain't changing that. I mean, he's not getting no glory for that. Lord getting glory from you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who was the worst of the worst. The worst people on planet Earth. Everybody hates you. Everybody dogs you. Everybody treated you like trash. And the Lord turned you into fine gold. That's the glory. He get the glory. Anything you see me do good is because the Lord is the one in me making me do good. I naturally don't want to do good. Naturally, I don't want to do good. But the Most High and the zeal of the Most High that's in me is what pushes me to do good. It ain't nothing that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's all because he chose me to be an example to other people for his glory. Now, when I'm unfocused, then I go back. I'm denying the godliness that the Most High is putting in me. Y'all remember I read that, right? I'm denying the godliness that he put in me, and now I'm going and resulting back into the worldly lust that I had at first. And that's me saying, Lord, I don't want you to guide me or to be the power behind me. I want to do it myself. That's me being unfocused. So in order to, you know, like I was saying, in order, and I'm going to end with this, in order to be able to save, you know, to serve the Most High and to do the work of the Lord, you have to stay focused. Because as soon as you get unfocused, Satan is going to be there. And all of his tricks and plans for you is going to come to fruition. And you're going to eventually fall out of the truth. You're going to eventually stop, you know, doing the commandments of God and become a sinner. So that's what you got to fight. You got to fight to stay focused every single day. Every single day, man. You got to fight to stay focused. And that's what, you know, you get enough work and stuff inside of the school. And, you know, especially your sisters who got men, husbands and stuff, you got a lot of work with just being good to your husband. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of work in itself. Because naturally, a black woman don't want to be good to her husband. Especially when I say good, I mean, like the scriptures was explaining how a woman should be. Our sisters don't want to do that. So you have to fight to be able to do that. And brothers, we have to fight and able to be a righteous man to a sister. Because naturally we want to call her, you know, everything in the book. But you have to be able to have patience. And that's one thing a brother got to have in a relationship. You got to have patience. You got to be able to have patience. And, you know, that's just something, you know, and within a relationship, with friendship or anything, being brother and sister to one another, we got to learn how to have patience amongst one another. And that's something that, you know, we learn that, you know, through the strength of the Lord. Right? That's one of the things that we fight to have, you know, and fight to do. All right. So I got some more scriptures. I'm going to give y'all these scriptures. Y'all can write these down. Second Corinthians 5:13. The Romans chapter 12, verse 3. And 1 Peter 4 and 7.
What was Romans?
Romans chapter 12, verse 3.
And 1 Peter what?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. All right. Y'all got it?
Oh.
All right. All right, and with that, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. I'm Officer Naquan of the Nashville School, and that's my time. Shalom.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog. Payback is a dog. Dog is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fast for our babies to pass through it. And the damn our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new pair of bellows.
You see just how it